I am suffering from some pretty serious seasonal allergies right now, so bear with me. Hi, my name is Sabina Ward. I'm a sophomore at UVM, double majoring in art history and museum studies with a minor in studio art, and I am going to tell you a story about my mother. I was a fiercely independent child. Growing up in the woods of Vermont and on the shores of Maine, I learned how to keep myself entertained, how to ford a stream, and how to build weapons out of sticks. My parents did their best to keep me from becoming a total wild child. I stayed on the property, I wore orange during hunting season, but other than that, I pretty much ignored their advice. Convinced that my life was unique, I thought that nothing that my parents tried to teach me was applicable. When the opportunity came to move to Boston for the semester, I treated it as just another wilderness to conquer. I thought that, armed with my collection of wilderness survival skills, I knew everything I needed to know. But this January, I found myself alone. My girlfriend who had dropped me off was now my ex. My dearest friends were scattered in Burlington, DC, Argentina, and I was alone. As I faced that first winter, I found myself thinking of my mother, of her kindness and compassion and all of the lessons she had tried to teach me. And I found myself turning to her wisdom time and time again, slowly weaving it into the life that I was building for myself, passing the shuttle of her knowledge back and forth across the warp threads of my independence. When I told my therapist that I was holding space for her, they asked if I was holding space in my heart or if I was holding space physically, and she was with me, and I almost cried. I felt like my hard-fought independence was slipping away because I was cold and I was lonely and my room was too dry and it hurt my skin and my shower wouldn't drain properly and all the 3 other bedrooms in my apartment were still empty and I was alone. And for the first time in my life, I wanted my mother. I wanted her to hold me and to tell me it was going to be all right. Never mind that I had outgrown her lap in 5th grade and now could easily pick her up. When I called my mom a few days later in a moment of levity, I said to her, "This is way harder than I thought it would be. Working all day is tiring, and having to cook afterwards takes a lot of energy." I bemoaned my newly necessary sleep schedule and strict bedtime, complained about the noise in the city after 10 p.m., and the fact that that morning I had found an empty ice cube tray in my freezer and it had almost ruined my day. Towards the end of the phone call, my mom said the one thing that she always says when a phone conversation is coming to an end, but she isn't ready to let go yet. She goes, "Good deal." And I realized that it was. This new wilderness that I was facing, the towering skyscrapers instead of pines, the screech of the green line where I was used to a hawk, it was a good deal. It wasn't the wilderness that I had built myself in, but my mother had given me all of the lessons that I needed to rebuild, and I was only now just listening to them.